All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
iPads and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back. We're live. Yeah, we are. We're back. We're live. And we've got Dennis into the chat. Barb, Barks, Ohio Relic Hunter, Randy DeMario, Jason, Bortners, Phil. Let's see here. Who? I thought I saw. I thought I saw somebody. Mark. Puppy. Okay. Now, I got to try to get back up here. Get back up. Yeah, there we go. Get back up there. All right. So we're back. We're live. We've got the comments rolling. Let's get Chuck in here as well. How is it going, Chuck?
Well, it's been a roller coaster ride on the weather from hot, humid to hotter and more humid to really humid where we got about 1.5 inches of rain and muggy, and it cooled down. Then the sun came out and went back to hot, humid, and muggy, but not 100% muggy. It's cleared off a little bit, and but we're supposed to get more rain coming in some areas, especially northeast of us, up in Wisconsin. Well, some in northeast Iowa, lower Wisconsin. Man, they got 5,
Oh
7.
yeah, they got
They got
pounded,
hammered. They got hammered.
and it's
Showed
unfortunate.
they had to close the state fair early. They canceled their Leonard Skinner concert last night. Showed people walking around the fairgrounds trying to get out in at least 6 inches of water, and it was a mess for them. Boy, and the weather wasn't high winds, severe, that kind of stuff. It was just a constant downpour, and uh, we had that for a while here today, but not as bad. And but to the north of us, some places got, like I said, 5, 6 inches in a big rush last night in Milwaukee area. They really got it. They had flooding going on everywhere.
That's We've seen a lot of that this year,
Yes, yeah,
unfortunately.
yes, we have. So
And I'll tell you what, as far as the heat, the way it sounds, I've got people telling me that they've heard it could be worse next year.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, isn't the firefighters' motto "Send us to hell and we'll put it out too"?
yeah, we've tried.
Oh,
It ain't working.
yeah, I was gonna say something not right because it ain't
No,
getting any cooler yet.
no, and but the one thing it has done, normally this time of year, my yard is dry and brown. Right now, it's lush and green. I'm mowing a lot.
That just means more work for you in the heat.
Hmm. For all of us.
Unfortunately, I think I'd rather have it brown.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, this time of the year, let it die. I don't care. That's less I got to mow.
yeah. But we've got a lot of good green. But the corn was excellent. The
Good.
garden's done pretty well. So yeah, there's pluses and minuses here. But no, it's been good, and it can lay
And
off the rain.
the heat has
No,
been dragging people to the shores, the water's edge by the
yeah,
droves.
in droves. So the Beach Boys out there with the detectors are probably doing rather well. I haven't seen much posted of that, but I'm quite sure they're doing all
I
right.
Yeah, I would think that they are. I saw a post by a gentleman over on the Metal Detecting Central Illinois Facebook group yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
He had been dirt digging, and I don't know where he was, but he had a very good day. He had a barber quarter, a silver Washington quarter, uh, two Mercury, yeah, I think two Mercury dimes, a
Hmm.
silver Roosevelt dime, and a seated dime.
I I saw that. I don't know what it was either. I did see that.
Like six silvers in one day, and two of them quarters. Like he did. He's
Yeah.
got no room to complain. He was pleased.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
That's
with it dragging people to the water by the drove,
yep.
in the past week, I've been contacted by two people now that have lost jewelry
Oh wow.
in the water, but they're losing it in like 6 feet of water. I can't
Oh,
get to it at 6 feet.
oh. No, not unless you're set up for hookah
Hmm.
or air tanks.
Yeah, they need to give me a really long straw.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a shame too because the one gentleman lost his, I think it was a platinum
Ooh.
wedding ring
Ouch.
jumping off of a rope swing into a river. And then the other guy, I'm assuming it was a gold chain and pendant. He lost when he did a backflip off of a pontoon into water. And it's like, well, I'm sorry. I'd like to help you, but that's
Some of those,
the
it always makes you think there may be a little beer involved.
Oh yeah. Well, I got one of those calls back in June.
Mm-hmm.
I had a gentleman call me. He's like, I've got 2 rings lost in 2 separate areas. I called him. I'm like, okay, there's a story here. I know there's a story here. Are they in your yard? Yeah. And I really need to mow. I'm afraid to mow though. Okay. Well, where are they? Well, one's in the backyard, one's in the front yard.
Mm.
Okay, I know there's a story here. And he's like, well, if she asks, they were dropped. Okay. He said, about 10 days ago, she chucked my ring out the back door into the backyard. Okay. Ooh. He's like, now I ain't saying I might have had that coming. Okay. He says, well, then 3 nights ago, she chucked her engagement ring out the front door.
Oh,
man, I feel for you. But this is starting to sound like a country song.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's like, well, I'm hoping, between the two, maybe you can find them because there's like $4,000 there in rings.
Wow.
We haven't been married all that long. And I said, well, first off, is it your yard? Oh, yeah, it's mine. I said, okay. I said, it's yours still or not for much longer? Because, things aren't sounding real good. He says, oh, no, things are amicable. It doesn't sound like it to me.
Not at that point.
She's throwing stuff out the back door, out the front door. Mama ain't happy, and you're liable to be next.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, I've been on one of those recoveries where there was alcohol involved, and Frank was with me, and we basically got paid shut-up money.
Oh, yeah.
So on that one, it's like, oh,
yeah. Oh, and I almost forgot. Spot price.
Oh, where are we at?
You'll like this one. Gold, $3,410.20.
Wow.
That's up $36.50.
Well, I sold a couple nuggets up north. The one nugget, he paid me tremendous. And I went back and I dug up some video, and look when I found that. And then I tried to cross-check back to the gold value.
See what spot was then?
Yeah, it was like $10.50.
Wow.
So it's just been sitting in a box in the safe. Now, fast forward to 2 weeks ago in Anchorage, and I found a buyer, and he paid well for it. And it was approximately 35% over spot. So I did real well on that one. The other one was about...
Yeah, you didn't hurt yourself.
No, the other one was just over a half ounce. Real pretty piece. No quartz, just nice gold. And I got about 22% over spot, and sat and looked at that. If I had compared it back then, I never would have got total spot, I don't think. I got pretty close on the one. Then the other, I would have got maybe 10 or 20% over. Yeah, that sitting in the vault didn't hurt me, but
No.
it all goes back to a relative amount. In other words, our dollar isn't worth as much as it used to be in comparison to like 15 years ago at
Right.
all,
Right.
and everything that's going on. But for those who chuck some gold in the back or found gold and saved it, I'm not telling you to sell it, but now's not a bad time to sell it. There's still pundits saying it could reach 4,000 this year.
Right. And I mean, if you've been sitting on it a while, you're not hurting yourself.
So,
You've made your money on it. You may be able to make more, but you have made money on it.
and then Ron went to the same guy and did very well with him, and he was happy with the deal on that, and he did well over. So there. But we went to a source area where they buy a lot of gold. People coming through, lots of people going through up there, and they get a better price than here. And uh, I've got a guy that's made some offers on some remaining larger nuggets, bigger yet, that I have. And I might just kind of sit back and rock the chair for a little while on those.
Right. Kind of mull that over and bide your time.
Yes, sir.
Because at least with those, like we've always said, the larger the nugget, the more premium you get because the larger the specimen, the more demand there is, the harder they are to come across.
I was looking at some jewelry today. Now this is at Costco, and I went over by the jewelry case, just looking at their pendants and chains, and it's, oh my God,
Yeah,
yeah,
because of the price of gold
yeah,
and silver. I mean, silver's I think spot on it at the beginning of the show was 38.52 an ounce.
yeah.
Yeah.
It still has a pushback at 40. It gets almost into that $40 range and
Yep.
drops
And
down.
then something knocks it down again.
So we'll see what happens. I think they're going to break 40 very well sometime this year. But they're still saying that the market, the India buying of gold is still very strong, and that buoys the market. In China is selling, from what I've been reading. So, you know, there's a lot of gold flow, ebb and tide, and everything else that is affected by this. But I still use this as an example. I bought a 10th ounce Panda proof. It's in a nice container that came direct that way. A 10th ounce was $60.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've got a
Now they're 370, 380 on those.
yeah, I'd
So,
say that's a good possibility. I mean, because Dennis put in the chat that puts gold at basically $110 a gram, and I've got a little more in my 10th ounce than you do in that Panda, but still, for what I've got in that, I've still more than tripled my money.
yep. So it's, they've taken gold. You can get a coin, and I think there's one even smaller that's struck on a half a gram, and some are quarter gram. I did see those.
Mm-hmm.
So, they got a pretty good value over. In other words, you pay above spot pretty well. So, and then I'm watching, they're selling placer gold out of the Bering Sea on one, Emily Rydell's gold, and from 1 gram up to 10 grams. So, and they're out of stock on the 1 grammers, or they were. and the 5s and the 10s and that kind of stuff. So, gold's trading.
Yeah, people are buying.
And I'd imagine, you got a water hunter that gets a fair amount of gold. End of season, if it still stays up, they're probably going to cash in on that scrap.
Yeah, I would think, use it to buy themselves some extra accessories for next year or a new machine or,
Yep,
hey, extra Christmas money.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
a hedge in there. I'm not saying run out and sell everything at once, but a little bit out here and there if you've been in it for quite a while, or you got some stockpile. It might be time to sell a bit of it.
Yeah, right. Can't take it with you, so
Nope.
sell off a little bit at a time, maybe.
Yep.
Dan Witt in the house.
Hey Dan, how's it going, buddy? We're gonna have a trip next year. I've got some things coming to order, falling in place, and we'll see how that works out. And it should be a pretty good run up there.
Yeah, if it works out, it should be an interesting 2 weeks.
You got it. So always, always keep my eyes and ears open on possibilities where we can go up there.
Although, you get a crew together for 2 weeks in Alaska, it's usually interesting anyway.
Oh yes, it was interesting. We got chatting the other night. We didn't follow up on one of our, and Dan's in the house. He knows the story pretty well. Um, Dave Ralph and his daughter Erin. They had a blast. They absolutely had a blast. They didn't have any hitch in the giddy up getting there, but getting home for those two was a saga. They got held up on the tarmac in Seattle. Sat in a plane for 2 hours. Their connector left. They didn't have a place or anybody to get them parked. And they sat in that aircraft for 2 hours. Then they get on and they're trying to get right with Alaska Airlines and get things straight away and get another flight out, which eventually the next day they did. They ended up spending the night in Seattle. They did not produce them a voucher for a,
Oh,
and they had to pay for the hotel. And I don't think there was food voucher, but they had insurance through them. And that is probably what's going to cover it. They got to just take the bills and send it in to them and what all happened. But it ended up being like,
yeah, I think I'd be giving somebody an earful.
I think it was like 37 hours trying to get home, almost 40. Yeah,
And what state were they out of?
Wisconsin. Brave as shit.
Wow.
So they had quite the trip home, and I don't like that connecting flight. We've done it. That was the infamous flight to Wendy's in Seattle for Dennis, and we ate there. That's what started all these woes on that one, and then hopped on up to Anchorage. But they run two directs out of Chicago, and if you get on the direct, I mean, bang, and you're up there. You're in Anchorage, and then you do your hop flight the next morning to Nome. Well, Dave and Aaron, they added more flights, and the connecting flights, they actually did their whole trip in one shot overnight. Didn't have to stay in a hotel or anything like that, but they were still like beat when they got there. And then their return trip
Understandably so.
was a saga too. And Alaska Air has generally been pretty good with everything for people on a situation like that, but I don't know their circumstance and quite how it all happened. But I do know one thing: they were not very happy at watching their connecting flight leave.
And no, I've kind of been in a similar situation. It's no fun at all.
Now I know Bert. He had connecting flights all over the country. I don't know how he worked out his tickets to hold the price down. I mean, he flew into New York and then over to Boston and Boston to Chicago, maybe via Atlanta, then up to Anchorage, or actually Nome, because he did the late flight, which connects. And then the same thing going home.
It
And
sounds like that guy saw more airplanes than an airport
yeah,
does.
he did. So it
Poor guy.
was sitting there explaining to me how he got there, and I said, "How is it that you didn't get lost somewhere in the United States and left?" And but he was a pleasure to have along. There was no doubt. He added a unique mix to our group.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and good stories to be told and remembered.
Yeah. So basically, then I mean, you know what had transpired, but you don't know if this was related to how they booked it, weather, anything like that. Could have just been fluke circumstance.
The thing was, Dave kept telling me when I talked to him on the phone about it, they couldn't get into position because the personnel that's supposed to direct them in wasn't available. Until 2 hours later, this guy shows up with one of the carts and that kind of stuff, and they directed the plane into where they could park.
So,
Okay.
so we got screwed because of understaffing.
That's what it boiled down to.
Oh man,
So I'm not
that's
far.
unfortunate.
I've done the Portland thing, I've done the Seattle thing, and the rest of the time I've been direct on them. Back in the day when I was going up, it was Northwest. Well, Northwest Orient got bought out by Delta, and Delta changed the whole structure, and their route to Alaska and how they do it and the expense of it is generally quite a bit substantially more than using Alaska Air, United, American. And Delta is a great airline to fly with, but
Wow.
Dave and Aaron had a long trip home.
Yeah, sounds like they spent almost as much time on planes as Bert did.
Yep. Or waiting for planes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand why there's quite the story there. And I know I had some people ask me, well, I thought you guys were going to get into that Wednesday. And, oh, yeah, well, we got sidetracked.
It swept through.
Yep. Sometimes it happens.
Yep. So
And I see, oh, Steve Pacifico in the house. And Randy DeMario asks, pretty sure I know the answer to this one already, but we'll let you take that. Any word from XP on the HF2 yet?
back ordered to their eyeballs. They are, hey, Randy, I don't know if you heard this. There is a new XP coming out. It'll
Yes,
probably be
that to
introduced
be announced at Detective Hall.
it'll be announced at Detective Hall. I'm still waiting, and I'm going to call tomorrow again. I called when I got home, and I'll call her tomorrow because I'm supposed to get 3 of those bad boys in, and I haven't heard anything or seen anything yet.
Right.
So,
And,
got 2 small shipments in to begin with, and that was it.
and unfortunately, we see this new
Yep.
machine, new coil, what have you.
And then in the
Until
middle of
distribution gets up and going, it
right,
trickles.
and then all the trade deals and stuff going on with
That
the
could be slowing things down a little bit.
yep,
Maybe.
maybe. So that I don't know, and that can affect 90% of all the detectors, even Garrett, because some of their parts are coming in from overseas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
they're built here in the U.S., but there's
Yeah, a
parts.
lot of times when they say made in America, they mean assembled.
Yeah. So anyway,
Hey, Barks Detecting Bits in the house. Wish him a happy anniversary, everyone. 29 years today.
happy anniversary, man. Are you treading thin ice? Being on the radio?
Right?
Anniversary?
I'm thinking he likes to live dangerously.
I guess.
Because I'm thinking that could get somebody into some hot water.
Yeah, but
But they
Bart's,
did go to Red Lobster, so maybe she's happy with her anniversary dinner.
well, that could be. That could be. I wonder if he priced king crab there. Did you price that, Kevin?
I'll bet he didn't.
I bet you. We got a gift while we were up there. He didn't get it. It was the week before. I don't think he got the king crab.
No, Kevin did.
Oh,
I'm
Kevin
pretty
did.
sure.
I had so many people going through there.
Because
Yeah,
that thing, I mean,
because I
he
gave.
had a picture of him holding a crab, and it had to have been a king crab.
Yeah,
That thing was as big as his head.
yep, I get my weeks mixed up. So, no, that was a good time. Good time was had by all. But I was over at, like I said, I told you earlier, I had to go to Costco. So I walked by their seafood. They had no king crab leg there at all.
Right.
So,
Kevin says Red Lobster doesn't even compare to Alaska.
oh no, no,
You
no.
may have ruined him,
That it does. I mean, when
especially at that price.
yeah, you get fresh pike or fresh salmon or
Salmon, yeah.
crab out of those waters up there is phenomenal. It's totally different than getting them down here out of a freezer.
Yeah. And practically refrigerated.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they were swimming down in Nome, and the water temp on the beach at Nome. The water temp is 42 degrees.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a bit much for me. I'm not a polar bear.
If it gets over 70, they go swimming. 70 is their upper 80s.
Wait a minute. If it gets over 70 outdoors or in the water?
No, outdoors. If it's 70 degrees today, you're going to see
Eh,
them down the beach. Sure.
me?
No.
I'm waiting until it's 70 in the water.
That ain't happening up there.
You know, I might go at 65.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not into the whole polar bear plunge. I'm not into the ice buckets. And,
That's a good way to put it. Well, like I said, I'm keeping an eye on one over here right now. It's getting a little dark and nasty looking coming my way. I hope it goes on by. So if you see the phone jumping up and down to me opening and closing the door, that means the shower made it in here.
hmm.
Hmm. But no, we
Kevin says that Augie told everybody that the crab are graded A, B, and C. A grade never leaves Alaska.
no, it doesn't.
C grade goes to the lower 48.
Yep. And I believe it was A that night. That's what we ate.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
no comparison. And he was all excited. They didn't give him a thing to crack it. It was a little short curved pair of scissors. You go right up the line, open it up, and the meat just falls out. None of this picking it out except at the joint.
Wow. I don't know. That thing looked big enough. He could have just about cracked it in half and crawled inside of it.
That was a nice one. Yeah, they all were.
Yeah.
So that's
Welcome
part of it,
to Big
and that is not a
Big
guarantee.
Break.
it's not guaranteed that we'll get crab. It all depends upon how much is being caught, brought in there, and current price.
Yeah, you guys lucked out week
Yes,
1. That
yes,
was a killer price. And what didn't I think it might have been you that had mentioned that from week 1 to week 2 the price more than doubled.
it doubled, more than doubled. It would have cost us 50 and 100
Wow.
per crab. Yep, for that size.
Yeah, 50 for a half, 100 for a whole.
Yep. Demand at the restaurants and the market and that kind of stuff took its sudden jump because they had some good harvest. Augie said, "You ain't getting them this week."
Right.
Yep.
Hey,
So,
they looked good though.
oh, they were good. Oh man.
They definitely looked good. Yeah, Kevin said that they paid $40 for a whole
Yep.
on week 1,
Yep. 20 and 40.
which
Well,
is
crab
insane.
paying $40 for a little section of a leg up here. So that's good stuff.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Barb says at $40 she'd have bought 2 and put one in the fridge for the next day. That's one way to do it. Yeah.
There you go.
Of course, the way it sounds, Kevin got a whole one and he was just stuffed.
All I can do is a half. I learned a long time ago. A whole don't, it don't cut it.
Yeah, a whole seems like a bit much.
Well, when you get the whole crab all the way up, like in the half, there's a lot of crab meat in a half.
I'll bet. Especially when they're that big.
Right.
Man. But like we said, you can't get them any fresher.
Nope. And
So,
Frank literally went out and he and Travis, they filled a boat with pike, and we had fresh pike, and then they were pickling some of it. And I think Frank's
pickled
going to get.
pike,
Oh yeah,
that
oh yeah,
sounds like a wicked tongue twister.
pickled pike. Yep, good stuff. And
Yeah.
we had fresh caught salmon one night, and they actually, all right, you guys, they smoke it and they put it on a cedar plank to do it. Boy, I'm here to tell you
Nice.
that's killer. That's killer.
Yeah,
Buddy,
it would
no
be.
home hungry. Let me tell you, at all, either week. If you did, that's your own fault.
Right. You got nobody to blame but yourself. I mean, I think most everybody that went up to Alaska wound up gaining weight.
Yep. And we had fresh wild blueberry, like a filling of it wasn't cheesecake, but boy was it good. We had that a couple times. Fresh breads every
That
morning.
does sound good.
Yeah, yeah, that is wicked. Their food is excellent.
And apparently Kevin can have the appetite when he wants it. He says he ate that whole crab and had room for dessert.
Yeah, I can't remember that night if that was that. You make some sort of a chocolate cake that out of this world. Yeah,
Hmm.
uh-huh. Nobody was late for dinner
I can understand why.
or packed lunches going out. Everybody stayed out all day, but nobody was late for dinner. Breakfast, eggs, bacon, sausage and gravy, French toast, standard fare. One Sunday, the cook is off, and we had cereal and that kind of stuff. But the rest of the time, it was excellent.
I see Dennis says that apparently one night or some nights it was blueberry surprise.
Yep.
Kevin says at least once for breakfast it was blueberry crepes,
Yes,
which sound delicious.
they were. It, was- there's there's enough there you can't remember it all.
I can understand why everybody gained weight.
And it wasn't for lack of going out and hacking at the tundra either.
Yeah. Well, and that was the other thing I was going to say. They figured they probably had to feed you good. You guys were working hard,
Yes, we were. Yes, we were.
but you work hard, you're well rewarded for it.
That's right. So it it's an experience. It really is up there.
Right. Yeah,
They've
that was
been to the grocery store and go down and they buy their favorite beer and they find out the
right. Go into sticker shock.
yeah, $25 for a 6 pack of Heineken. Holy
Oh
smoke.
my.
Yeah.
Dan
How
Witt mentioned apple crisp cake.
oh yeah.
Man.
Ice cream with it almost every night. Good scoop of ice cream and a dessert.
Dennis says his shoulders still hurt, but he did 2 weeks.
Yeah. he was he was worn after 2 weeks. We're not ready. No fix.
Hmm. Looks like there we go. Looks like Chuck's freezing up a little bit.
It's freezing up. If I can get it up here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just had it swung out watching clouds.
Ah, I
So,
see.
but so far, if my
And
calculate, go ahead.
I thought I saw something here. Ah, Clay was most impressed with Chef Tim's monster burgers.
Uh-huh.
So they must have been some pretty good sized burgers there too.
They were a third of a pound or better.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. And they have down below us, they have greenhouses, and they grow their own lettuce. They grow their own tomatoes in the greenhouses to supplement, what they use up at the camp. So, it's all good stuff. All good stuff.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, definitely. And apparently, some people, before you froze up, some people must have caught the change in the view because I saw some of them saying, "Looks like that storm's getting close."
It just skirted us, and that's what the radar was going to show. There was going to be a line starting here, and it just is just the east of me. I'm kind of keeping an eye down to the southwest here, and it's kind of going away.
Well, that could be a good thing
Yes, sir.
because the
But
way it sounds, you guys have had plenty of rain.
next year's crew, and I've got a couple more opens, and some can pop up later on too. Not too many. It's filling up fast, and there's being done by manufacturer and maybe some other people getting on board, and we'll see what happens.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and
So
I think even this past trip, as things were getting closer, some people were having to switch weeks, some were having to drop out due to scheduling or whatnot.
One of our guys from the Quad City area had a storm and went through, and he was going, and a storm and went through, and a large tree landed on his roof, and
Ouch.
he, I mean, things happen.
Yeah. Had he been to Alaska before?
No,
Hmm. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe he'll get to go again, or maybe he'll get the opportunity to go next year or the year after or something.
it kind of knocked him out, but that's he's got it fixed up now. They got in and they fixed the roof, and took quite a while. So,
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when something like that happens, you got to take care of priorities first.
as long as he wasn't injured, or his wife, or anybody else,
Yeah,
that's what we
yeah,
got
that's
insurance
the
for.
important part.
That's right.
That's the important part. And apparently, Kevin and Clay didn't get enough fishing while they were in Alaska because they were out fishing the other day too.
Oh yeah, I saw Clay was in a canoe with he caught a nice crappie.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yep.
Congrats to Clay.
Yeah.
It was a decent size, good size crappie.
Yep. We got to get Emery up there. He's got that. He's got
Oh,
that. See if he can pop one of the big ones deep too.
I can't wait to see what he finds if he gets up there.
Yep. Are you listening, Emery?
You know, I don't know that I saw him in the chat tonight.
I don't know either.
I'm not sure if he's in the chat tonight or not.
Nope.
We'll have to tell Barks to work on him.
Yeah. Well, is anybody?
Oh, Emery's in. Emery's
Oh.
in. He says he's here.
Yeah. Emery, it's your opportunity, buddy. We got some pretty good spots that still hold some big gold.
Right?
Yep. I got one spot that seemed to have some potential. I
He
didn't
says
find.
he's wanting to go for sure.
Okay.
But
I've got several on the want to go list right now that they're checking. I understand, and
right, got to see what their schedule is.
yeah,
I mean, some people's schedules don't go that far out.
no, work and everything else. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
But yeah, just knowing of some of the things that Emery has found already,
oh yeah,
I can only begin to try and guess what he could do in Alaska if they let him off the rope.
hopefully we get that all set up here. I got you got till around the 1st of December till I really start bugging you, because that's when she wants the deposits in and everything firmed up, and which week who's going where. By the first of 2026, she's all set, and after that we can start shopping airfares.
Yeah. Ill Digger says he's in. He needs to get his name on that list.
Okay, I'll put you down, Tim. I'll put you down on that, buddy. Boy,
There you go. Got you covered, Tim. I spotted it.
there we go. And we'll have a good time. I'm just hoping that the weather does like it did this year and the previous years. Those weeks goes nice like it did in the past, and because we took that, I had to take the 2 in July, and we had nice days. Don't get me wrong, but we had a lot of days that were cloudy, and
Beautiful weather.
yeah, and then we had beautiful days, just gin clear. But then we had those days it was a challenge. A little cool, a lot wet, and we still went out. Everybody went out.
Right.
Yeah. Challenges and opportunities. We've got to make the most of it. If it deals you a little lemon, make lemonade, throw some vodka in it, and let's go.
Right.
Yep.
And Bark says that him and Clay are a definite yes.
Okay.
So it sounds like they're hooked on Alaska.
Yep. It is, and
Dennis says I'm in for 1 week.
who did? Dennis.
Yeah, I guess 2 was just a bit much for him.
It was.
His shoulders are still sore.
Well, they'll get better.
Right? Yep. Ibuprofen, Tylenol,
Yep.
something.
In a beer
Right?
or a Reds. So
And looks like Emery says that there's only one trip for him next, I think, and then he'll see. I guess maybe then he'll see what he can do about getting to Alaska.
there you go. I think
Which,
he's I think he's going up to Digfest. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
oh yeah, he will be. He will be going for Digfest. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Him, Kevin, Clay.
Yep.
Let's see. Dennis Grettencord says first week had it was moist.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It was amazing that fog would roll in off the Bering Sea and come up through the valley. And all of a sudden it'd clear off. You could see the mountaintops, and then 20
And then
minutes
they go away.
it go away to the point you couldn't see down quarter mile. You couldn't see anything. Everything was covered up. So, yeah. But maybe next year. And I really hope the Ring of Fire settles down a little bit up there. There's been a lot of a lot of seismic activity.
Oh, it looks like Emery is planning on taking a trip to St. Martin.
Ooh, well, that sounds like a good trip too.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't complain.
Nope,
I wouldn't complain at all.
no. I'm sure there's a beach to be had there, Emery.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure.
anyway, we'll keep working on avenues. I got to talk with some people and see what we can work out on that. And it might be a lot of fun for a lot of people on this one with some added things going on.
Right.
But that can change in a heartbeat.
Randy DeMario wants to know if anyone's doing the Midwest Silver Shootout in September. I don't think I've heard of anyone else going.
No, nope. A lot of this group's going to Digfest in September, so
Right. Yeah, and it's hard to I mean it's hard for some people to do more than one trip a year, let alone more than one a month.
it stretches you. So anyway, buddy,
Yeah.
it's that witching hour, and I'm going to get in. We're getting a little dark, and
Yeah.
put me on again. Everybody stay safe. Get out and find something. I'm planning on going because I've got enough moisture in the ground now. Digging ought to be good. So I'll go out and dig a penny and say, well, okay, Not quite like a gold nugget, but we'll dig them.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes you just gotta settle for what you can get. It ain't Alaska, but
Oh,
hey, maybe you'll find a gold coin until then.
I'm hoping. We always hope for that. We can always hope
Right.
for that. Good gold ring. We'll take that too.
Bark says Digfest is 1 month from tomorrow. Oh, Randy DeMario is doing Digfest as well.
Oh, good, Randy.
Nice. So you guys will get to see Randy there.
There you go. All right,
Emery
Brent.
says party at my camper.
That could happen.
I like him. Emery's all right.
Alan and Frank and myself and a couple of Alan's buddies, we got a cabin. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's right. And from the pictures, it looks like a nice cabin.
Yep, and I'm calling tomorrow. Frank and I are going to get a side-by-side golf cart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably ought to be getting that ordered before they run out of them.
Yep, that's tomorrow. So we'll work that out and get her all done.
Well, there you go.
All right.
I
Thanks,
guess in the meantime, try to stay dry.
Right now, it's looking good. Those storms are sliding to the east like the radar said it was going to. So,
Ah, good. And
yeah.
try to stay cool.
Yeah, actually, it's quite nice right now.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, there is that then.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Not
You have a wonderful evening, Chuck.
you, my friend. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Go find something neat. Bye-bye.
Wow. Yeah, I think Alaska'd be a real adventure for Emery. And like I said, I can only imagine what he could potentially find. It'd be fun to see him try anyway. So for those of you that said you want on the list or you are a definite yes, you may want to give Chuck a call, send him a message, carrier pigeon, whatever your preferred method of contact is to get in touch with him, and tell him, hey, make sure you have me down. Send me a confirmation message, whatever it is that you have to do, so I don't have to worry anymore. And I know that my spot is reserved. Because the way it sounds, which I figured it was going to be that way after this trip to Alaska, that he was probably doing 2 weeks next year too. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see this turn into a regular thing where it's 2 weeks in Alaska every year. Especially for what the price of gold is right now. Good grief. But special thanks to Dennis for keeping us up to date, as always, on the spot price. Happy anniversary once again to Kevin and his wife. Happy anniversary to both of them. And I believe Jason just had a birthday the other day, maybe. I think it was. So, happy belated birthday, I guess, to Jason. Emery says I'd come back 20 pounds heavier with the good food. Yeah, good possibility. Good possibility. Speaking of good food, Ohio Relic Hunter was at it again. Oh, and an anniversary, so happy anniversary to Jason and Melissa as well. Yeah, I do believe I saw that. So happy anniversary to the two of you, man. It was a week for anniversaries. And many more to you and Melissa as well, Jason. So, I think that's all we've got for tonight. If you enjoyed the show, throw us a like. You can follow us at, all the places you can follow us. Yada, yada. But we're glad that you joined us here tonight. So if you're in the same situation that many of the rest of us are, who knows if you can get out there and try to find anything or not. It's hot. Oh, it's hot. So if you can't, that's understandable. But maybe you can still do some grilling or smoking and post up those photos. Keep me in the loop, whatever. It's great to see them. Ohio Relic Hunter usually keeps me posted on what's happening there at the outdoor kitchen. Good food, good eating. That's what I know. That's what I know. And hopefully, kind of crunched for time possibly this weekend, but or this week. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully we can see you on the next one. Have a wonderful evening, folks. Stay safe. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.